Welcome to your deep dive into the latest in science news.
Always exciting.
We've got a whole stack of articles here covering
Yeah.
everything from hiccups in space exploration to some really surprising discoveries right here on Earth.
It's a pretty wild week for science news.
I mean, get this.
Yeah.
A homeowner digs up what they think is an old baseball in their backyard,
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
but it turns out to be a mastodon jaw.
I mean, what?
We'll get to that a little bit later, but
Look.
first, let's head to space where things aren't looking so great for the Starliner crew.
Yeah, that's a tough situation for sure.
I can't even imagine.
Stuck in orbit because of those delays with SpaceX,
Right?
looking at a return date sometime in late March.
Wow, it's a long time to be up there.
Yeah, much longer than they planned, I'm sure.
Dealing with that unexpected extension?
Yeah, especially over the holidays.
I bet they weren't expecting to spend Christmas in orbit.
Oh, no.
But speaking of SpaceX, though, they are making some positive strides.
Yeah, they are busy.
They are scheduled to launch 2 private lunar landers in January.
Right.
Blue Ghost from Firefly Aerospace,
Mm-hmm.
and another one from ISpace.
Yeah, it seems like private companies are really becoming major players in this whole space exploration game.
It's a fascinating shift, for sure.
Yeah, NASA's even partnering with Axiom Space on a commercial space station.
That's incredible.
But, it does raise some important questions.
What do you mean?
Well, are private companies equipped to handle, all the complexities?
Right.
And the risks?
Of space travel.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point.
No.
I mean, there was that report about SpaceX losing communication with a private astronaut mission right before a spacewalk.
Oh, right before a spacewalk.
It makes you wonder if safety protocols are being sacrificed in the name of progress.
Well,
What do we think?
it's a delicate balance.
Right.
That drive for innovation,
Mm,
needs to be tempered with a real commitment to safety
absolutely.
as more private companies venture into space. Establishing, really robust safety protocols and ensuring transparency
Transparency is key.
will be critical.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now let's come back down to Earth
Okay.
and talk about that mastodon jaw found in a New York backyard.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine the surprise of stumbling upon something like that while you're just doing some gardening.
I know. It's really highlights how much history is buried right beneath our feet.
Literally.
Yeah.
Right.
And, this discovery kind of ties into a broader trend.
What do you mean?
Scientists are unearthing new fossils all the time,
Yeah, it seems like we hear about a new discovery like every week.
constantly reshaping our understanding of the past.
I love that.
For example,
Yeah.
the oldest known modern lizard fossil
Hmm.
was recently discovered,
Wow.
pushing back the timeline of reptilian evolution.
So we're learning that lizards have been around even longer than we thought.
That's right.
That's pretty cool.
And it's not just lizards.
What about that alien plant fossil found in Utah?
Oh, that one is particularly intriguing.
Right. Doesn't fit into any known plant family,
Wow.
which suggests it could be from an extinct lineage.
So a whole new type of plant
Potentially, yeah.
that we had no idea even existed.
Right. Each new discovery adds another piece to the complex puzzle of life on Earth.
I love that analogy.
And speaking of ancient creatures, the oldest saber-toothed mammal relative was recently discovered in Spain.
Wow. Where is that one found?
A 205 million-year-old fossil.
So these discoveries really make you realize that our planet has seen an incredible array of life forms come and go over millions of years.
Humbling.
It's mind-boggling to think about the vastness of time
Yeah.
and all the changes Earth has witnessed.
Absolutely. And even celestial bodies are being reassessed.
What do you mean?
New research suggests the moon might be older than we thought,
How much older?
around 4.35 billion years old.
Wow.
I'm sure you're wondering how scientists determine the age of something like the moon.
I am, actually. It seems like an impossible task,
Well, they use a technique called radiometric dating.
which relies on the decay of radioactive isotopes in lunar samples.
Right.
By measuring the ratio of parent isotopes to daughter isotopes,
Uh-huh.
scientists can calculate how long it's been since the moon formed.
That's incredible.
It's a bit complex,
I can imagine.
but fascinating nonetheless.
So from backyard discoveries to lunar revelations, it seems like we're constantly learning new things about our planet and the universe around us.
And we've only just begun.
What else have we got?
Speaking of the universe, astronomers have made a groundbreaking discovery.
Okay, I'm listening.
The first binary star system orbiting a supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way.
I saw a headline about that.
This finding has significant implications for our understanding of galactic dynamics.
That sounds pretty intense.
It is.
And speaking of intense,
Yeah.
There's been a lot of buzz about the James Webb Space Telescope lately.
Rightfully so.
What are some of the most recent findings?
Well, it recently captured an image of a supermassive black hole
That's right, I saw that one.
in a quiescent state after a period of intense activity.
So basically a black hole taking a nap after a big meal.
You could say that it gives us a glimpse into the feeding habits of these enigmatic objects and their impact on the galaxies they inhabit.
It's amazing how the telescope allows us to peer into the distant corners of the universe
Yeah.
and witness these cosmic events unfolding.
It's a game changer for sure.
Are there any other notable observations?
B telescope also provided the clearest image yet of icy planetesimals in the early solar system,
Wow,
giving us a better understanding of how planets form.
that's incredible.
These observations are like looking back in time, revealing the processes that shaped our cosmic neighborhood.
It's like having a front row seat to the creation of our solar system.
Yeah,
It's truly remarkable what we're able to observe with this technology.
I know, I'm constantly blown away.
And speaking of groundbreaking observations,
Go on.
the James Webb Telescope has confirmed that the universe is expanding at a faster rate than we previously thought.
Oh, that's a big one.
I'm curious, what are the implications of this accelerated expansion?
Well,
Does it challenge our current understanding of physics?
it does indeed. The observed expansion rate
Right.
is faster than predicted by our current cosmological models.
Oh, wow.
This suggests that there might be unknown forces or components of the universe that we haven't yet accounted for.
So it's possible that we need to rethink some of our fundamental assumptions about the universe.
It's certainly a possibility. This discovery has opened up a whole new avenue of research
That's so exciting.
and could lead to significant revisions in our understanding of cosmology
Wow.
and the fundamental laws of physics.
It seems like everything we thought we knew is being challenged.
It's an exciting time for astrophysicists and cosmologists.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
From rethinking the age of the moon to reconsidering the expansion of the universe, this deep dive is already full of surprises.
And we're just getting started.
Where do we go from here?
Well, let's bring things back down to Earth, shall we?
Right.
We'll explore some fascinating discoveries happening right here on our planet,
Okay.
from new life forms to shifting animal behaviors.
Okay, let's dive in. I'm ready for more.
Let's go. Welcome back to our exploration of the latest scientific discoveries.
So much to talk about.
Before we delve into more,
Yeah.
I'd like to point out a recent observation in California.
Okay.
Squirrels have been seen eating another rodent species for the first time.
Squirrels eating other rodents.
Yeah.
Now, that's not something you see every day.
No, it's not.
Why is this significant?
It's a prime example of adaptation and evolution in action.
Oh, I see.
Changes in the environment,
Okay.
perhaps food scarcity
Right.
or competition,
Mhm.
might be driving these squirrels to seek out new food sources.
So they're having to get creative.
It shows how species can modify their behaviors
Right.
to survive.
Adapt or die.
Exactly.
Speaking of unexpected discoveries, scientists have found a new life form hiding within our own bodies.
Oh, yeah. This one's crazy.
They're calling it crazy.
They are.
Apparently, there are 10,000 hidden entities within us that we didn't even know about.
It really underscores how much we still don't know about the complexity of our own microbiome.
It's fascinating.
These discoveries are changing our understanding of the human body
Right.
and its intricate relationship with microorganisms.
You know, it's incredible to think that there are entire ecosystems living within us that we're just beginning to understand.
The human body is a universe unto itself.
And speaking of ecosystems, there's been another fascinating discovery in a very different environment.
You're talking about the invisible ecosystem trapped under Antarctic ice in a frozen lake, right?
Yes, exactly.
Like a time capsule from millions of years ago,
It's incredible.
preserving ancient life forms
Yeah.
and offering clues about Earth's past climates,
These discoveries really make you realize how much there is to explore.
both on Earth and beyond.
Exactly. Now let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and talk about the impact humans are having on our planet.
Yeah, that's a big one.
What are your thoughts on the proposal to sprinkle diamond dust in the atmosphere to combat climate change?
Well, it's a bold idea,
Yeah, it's a wild one.
and certainly a costly one.
$175 trillion.
Yeah, while it could theoretically reflect sunlight and help cool the Earth,
Okay.
I'm hesitant.
Why is that?
It feels like a Band-Aid solution.
Right.
It doesn't address the root causes of climate change.
I agree. It seems like a risky gamble with potentially unforeseen consequences.
Who knows what kind of ripple effects that could have?
And it's not just Earth we're impacting.
Right.
There's a debate about cataloging human artifacts left on Mars,
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting one.
essentially creating a field of space archaeology.
That raises some interesting ethical questions.
Well,
Do we treat Mars like a historical site,
Right.
preserving the traces of human exploration?
It's a tricky situation.
What are the implications for future missions?
Yeah. On the one hand, these artifacts represent a significant part of human history. But on the other hand, we don't want to contaminate Mars with our debris.
Especially if we're looking for signs of life.
Exactly.
Aye.
Especially if we're searching for signs of past or present life.
Finding that balance between exploration and preservation
Right.
will be crucial
I think so too.
as we continue to venture further into space.
Absolutely. Speaking of Mars, NASA's Perseverance rover recently found evidence of quartz,
Oh, wow.
which could be a sign of ancient life.
That's exciting.
So there might have been life on Mars billions of years ago.
It's possible.
Are we getting any closer to answering that age-old question of whether we're alone in the universe?
It's a tantalizing clue, but we need more evidence.
Right.
The presence of quartz suggests an environment that could have been habitable in the past.
Okay.
However, it's not definitive proof of life.
I understand. But it's still a pretty big deal, though, finding evidence of conditions that could have supported life.
It is a big step.
Now, while we're on the topic of groundbreaking discoveries, let's talk about the new type of magnetism that's been found.
Oh, yeah, that one's interesting.
It could potentially make electronics 1,000 times faster.
That's a game changer if we can harness it.
Can you imagine?
Imagine the possibilities: faster computers, more
Yeah.
efficient devices,
Yeah.
even advancements in fields like medicine and energy.
It's mind-boggling to think about the potential impact.
It is. It really is.
It seems like every day brings news of a scientific breakthrough that could reshape our world.
It's true. And it's not just about the big splashy discoveries.
I know sometimes the small things are even more interesting.
Sometimes the most fascinating insights come from unexpected places, like research on bed bugs.
Bedbugs.
Yep.
I have to admit that doesn't sound quite as exciting as black holes or diamond dust.
I know, but hear me out.
Okay.
Scientists are studying their genomes
Okay.
to understand why they're so resistant to insecticides.
That makes sense.
This research could lead to more effective pest control methods
Okay.
and teach us valuable lessons about evolution,
Right.
genetics, and adaptation.
I see your point. Sometimes the most profound discoveries are hidden in plain sight.
Exactly.
It reminds me of that research on twin births being common among our primate ancestors.
Oh, right. That challenges our assumptions about human reproduction
Yeah.
and raises questions about what evolutionary pressures
Mm-hmm.
led to singleton births becoming the norm.
So interesting.
It's a reminder that we're still piecing together the story of our own species.
Absolutely. And speaking of pushing the boundaries of biology,
Mm-hmm.
did you see that article about human brain cells growing faster in space?
Oh, yeah, they sent mini brains into orbit
I know.
and they thrived in microgravity.
It's incredible.
That's a fascinating finding.
Especially as we consider long-duration space travel.
Right. Understanding how our bodies adapt to the unique environment of space
Yeah.
is crucial if we're ever going to venture beyond our planet
Right.
for extended periods.
It's a reminder that space exploration isn't just about rockets and robots.
It's about us.
It's about understanding the human body and mind
Right.
and how they respond to extreme conditions.
Precisely. And it's not just about the physical challenges.
What else is there?
There are psychological aspects to consider as well.
Of course.
How do we cope with isolation and confinement
Right.
in a hostile environment
Yeah.
for months, even years?
That's a huge question.
These are questions that scientists are actively investigating.
I'm glad they are. It's a multifaceted challenge that requires a holistic approach.
Definitely.
Now let's talk about a discovery that highlights the interconnectedness of our senses.
Okay.
Researchers have found that deaf musicians can hear music through touch.
Isn't that incredible?
I know, it demonstrates the brain's remarkable plasticity
Yeah.
and its ability to adapt to sensory deprivation.
The brain is so amazing.
It also emphasizes the importance of accessibility in science and technology,
Absolutely.
designing tools and experiences that cater to diverse sensory abilities.
Yeah.
Opens up new worlds of understanding and appreciation for everyone.
It's something we should be thinking about more.
I agree. Speaking of opening up new worlds, astronomers have recently discovered two populations of unusual dark comets in our solar system.
Dark comets.
Yes.
What makes them different from regular comets?
Well, they don't reflect much light,
Okay.
which makes them difficult to detect.
I see.
But they're thought to be remnants from the early solar system,
Oh, wow.
providing valuable clues about its formation and evolution.
That's fascinating.
It's amazing to think that there are still so many mysteries hidden within our own cosmic backyard.
We're still learning so much.
Speaking of mysteries, did you hear about the interstellar tunnel that's been found connecting our solar system to other stars?
It sounds like something out of science fiction. Tell me more.
Well, astronomers have identified a network of magnetic filaments
Okay.
that act like cosmic highways,
Wow.
potentially allowing particles and even spacecraft to travel vast distances through interstellar space.
If we could harness this network,
Right.
it could revolutionize space travel.
Absolutely. Imagine being able to travel to other star systems without needing massive fuel-guzzling spacecraft.
It would be a game changer.
It's certainly a tantalizing possibility.
It is.
But for now, though, it remains in the realm of theoretical physics.
We'll have to keep dreaming.
Speaking of physics, there's been some buzz about a potential breakthrough
Yeah, I saw some headlines.
that could rewrite the laws of the universe.
Go on.
Apparently, newly discovered infinities might have broken the mathematical universe.
You know,
I have to admit, I'm not entirely sure what that means.
well,
Can you explain it in simpler terms?
in essence, it means that there might be inconsistencies in our current models of physics.
Oh, wow.
These new findings
Mhm.
challenge some fundamental principles,
So everything we thought we knew.
suggesting that our current understanding might be incomplete.
So it's possible that we need to revise some of our basic assumptions about the universe.
That's a distinct possibility.
It seems like that's a common theme today.
It's a reminder that science is a constantly evolving process. We're always testing our theories,
Refining our model.
seeking a deeper understanding of the universe.
It's humbling to think that even the most brilliant minds are still grappling with these fundamental questions.
Absolutely.
And it's not just about cosmology and theoretical physics. There have been some exciting discoveries in biology as well.
Always.
Did you read about the scientists who witnessed evolution in action
Where?
when two lizard species met for the first time?
Oh, yeah, I did. It was a remarkable observation.
Yeah.
Researchers introduced two different lizard species onto an island and observed their interactions over time.
Oh,
They noticed significant changes in their behavior and morphology,
wow.
demonstrating the rapid pace at which evolution can occur.
It's like watching Darwin's theory of natural selection play out in real time.
It is
Wow.
incredible. And this process isn't limited to lizards.
Of course.
Evolution is happening all around us, constantly shaping life on Earth.
We're all part of it.
Think of antibiotic-resistant bacteria or the emergence of new viral strains.
Yeah.
These are all examples of evolution in action,
Yeah, it's a reminder that we're part of a dynamic and ever-changing ecosystem.
both here on Earth and within the vastness of the universe.
Speaking of the universe,
Mm-hmm.
remember Ingenuity,
The little helicopter.
the little helicopter that made history on Mars?
Yeah.
Well, there seems to be a slight hiccup.
Oh, no. What happened?
Did it crash?
Not quite. NASA's investigating a potential aviation incident, but it's more of a technical glitch
Okay.
than a crash landing.
So it's still up and running.
For now, yes.
Okay, good.
But it's a reminder
Of what?
of the complexities and challenges
Right.
of operating spacecraft in such a harsh and unforgiving environment.
You know, this is actually the first time we've had to conduct an aircraft accident investigation on another planet.
Oh, wow, really?
It's pretty fascinating.
It is.
It's a fascinating case study,
Yeah.
showcasing the unique challenges of space exploration.
But it's not just about dealing with setbacks. It's also about celebrating the triumphs.
Absolutely. Speaking of triumphs, did you hear about the scientists who successfully grew a human spine in the lab?
Oh, wow.
It's a groundbreaking achievement.
It is. This could have huge implications for regenerative medicine
Yeah.
and the treatment of spinal cord injuries.
It's incredible. Imagine being able to repair damaged spines
Yeah.
with lab-grown tissue. The potential to transform lives is immense.
It is. And it's not just about spines.
Right.
Scientists are making remarkable progress in growing all sorts of organs and tissues in the lab.
It's amazing what we can do now.
It's an exciting time for biotechnology
For sure.
and its potential to address some of humanity's most pressing medical challenges.
It seems like there's no limit to what we can achieve with science.
We're constantly pushing the boundaries.
But amidst all these amazing discoveries,
Mm-hmm.
it's important to remember that science isn't just about cold, hard facts.
It's more than that.
You're right, it's about wonder,
Yeah.
curiosity, and that insatiable desire to understand the world around us.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And on that note, I think we've covered a lot of ground in this second part of our deep dive.
We have.
But there's still more to explore.
We've just scratched the surface.
We'll be back shortly to delve into even more mind-boggling discoveries
Can't wait.
and explore the implications of these scientific breakthroughs. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into the latest science news.
It's been quite a ride.
It has been a whirlwind of discoveries.
It has.
We've covered everything from squirrels with unusual appetites
Those were interesting.
to the possibility of interstellar travel.
I know, it's hard to believe sometimes how far we've come.
It is, but there's still so much more to explore.
Oh, absolutely.
So much.
We've barely scratched the surface. There's always something new and fascinating happening in the world of science.
Absolutely. Whether it's a groundbreaking discovery or just, a small but significant observation.
I love those little observations.
Gracias.
They can be so revealing.
Speaking of fascinating observations, remember those incredible northern lights that lit up the sky recently?
Oh, yeah, those are amazing.
We'll get ready for an even more spectacular show in 2025.
Really?
Increased solar activity is expected to amplify the northern lights,
Wow.
potentially creating a once-in-a-decade spectacle.
So we better get our cameras ready.
It's a reminder of the dynamic power of our sun
Yeah.
and its influence on Earth.
Speaking of the sun, it isn't always so benevolent.
Oh, right.
That recent solar storm triggered a geomagnetic storm here on Earth.
Yeah, thankfully there wasn't any major disruption this time,
We got lucky.
but it serves as a reminder of the sun's potential to disrupt our technology.
That's a critical point as we become increasingly reliant on technology.
Right?
We also become more vulnerable to events like solar storms.
Makes you think.
It raises important questions about how we can better prepare for such events and mitigate their impact.
Hopefully scientists are working on that.
I'm sure they are.
Let's move on to something a bit lighter. Did you see that photo of a sleeper shark photobombing a deep-sea camera?
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious.
It was great.
What a shot.
It's a reminder that even in the darkest depths of our oceans, there are fascinating creatures waiting to be discovered.
There really is a whole other world down there.
It sparks the imagination, doesn't it?
For sure.
Absolutely. Speaking of discoveries, scientists have achieved something remarkable.
Let's hear it.
They've mapped Earth's ocean floors from space in incredible detail.
Wow, how did they do that?
Using satellite data, they've revealed hidden volcanoes, intricate underwater ridges, and much more.
It's like having a new window into a world that's largely remained a mystery.
Exactly. And it's not just about mapping the ocean floor.
What else?
Scientists are also studying how underwater bubbles generate light when they collapse.
Oh, yeah, that's a weird one.
It's a phenomenon that's not fully understood,
Right.
but it has potential implications for various fields, from sonar technology to marine biology. Speaking of potential implications, have you heard about the bacterium that demonstrated extreme radiation resistance?
Oh, yeah, that's a fascinating discovery. Understanding how this bacterium survives such extreme conditions could provide insights into life in other extreme environments.
Like on other planets, maybe.
Perhaps even on other planets.
It could even help us protect astronauts from radiation in space.
That would be huge.
Now let's shift our focus to something truly out of this world.
Okay.
NASA has released some incredible sounds from space.
Oh, I've heard some of those. They're amazing.
It's like a cosmic symphony filled with strange and beautiful noises.
It's haunting and beautiful at the same time.
It's a reminder that there's so much more to the universe than meets the eye, or in this case, the ear.
I know, it makes you feel so small.
It really does. While we're on the topic of space, astronomers have been studying blazars, those incredibly bright and powerful objects powered by supermassive black holes.
Yeah.
They recently discovered a distant blazar that supports the idea of rapid black hole formation in the early universe.
Wow, so we're talking about the very beginning of the universe.
It's a glimpse into a time when the universe was just a fraction of its current age, a time of immense energy and transformation.
I can't even wrap my head around that.
It's mind-boggling to think about the vastness of time and space.
You know, speaking of vastness, there's been a lot of excitement about the potentially habitable planet TRAPPIST-1b.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It might have a carbon dioxide-rich atmosphere.
Which could mean...
It's a tantalizing clue
Yeah.
that there might be other worlds out there capable of supporting life as we know it.
It's so exciting to think about the possibilities.
I know the search for life beyond Earth continues to captivate our imaginations.
Always.
And for those eager to learn more about space and science, there's a free webinar coming up featuring William Shatner, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and a group of former NASA astronauts.
Wow, what a lineup. I'll definitely be tuning in.
Me too. Now let's bring things back down to Earth for one last discovery that really caught my attention.
Okay.
Scientists have found a new way to take down SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19.
Oh, that's great news.
It's a promising development in our ongoing battle against infectious diseases.
It gives us hope.
It's a reminder that science is constantly evolving, And we're always learning new ways to combat threats to human health.
And it shows that we can overcome these challenges.
It's a testament to the power of human ingenuity and our relentless pursuit of knowledge. So what do we learn from this deep dive into the latest science news?
A lot.
We've seen how science is pushing the boundaries of knowledge in every direction.
From the depths of our oceans to the farthest reaches of space.
We've explored discoveries that challenge our assumptions, inspire our imaginations, and offer hope for the future.
And we've been reminded that science is not just about cold, hard facts, but also about wonder, curiosity, and the endless pursuit of understanding.
So well said. It's been an incredible journey as we wrap up this deep dive. I encourage you to keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep that spark of curiosity burning bright. Until next time, keep looking up and keep asking why.